Okay. So overloading is nothing but having the same method name but with a different signature. This is provided by Java to make your life easy. Yeah, mainly to make your life easy, right? Let me show you at this point, right? Let me show you. Let me tell you a minute about API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Okay? Java designers, Java developers, they gave, the original Java people from Oracle, they gave a lot of classes, a lot of objects for us to use rather than starting everything from the scratch. You can use it. So for example, string, right? String is an object. String is nothing but string holds the string of characters. Okay? There is a class called date. So date holds your date. There is a class called calendar. Calendar holds your calendar. Okay? And there is a class called collection. I mean, it's an interface. We didn't talk about interface, but that's okay. It doesn't matter whether it's a class or interface. There is an interface called collection, which is nothing but it helps you deal with multiple objects. Okay? So there are so many classes that are given by Java. Okay? All of that together. So how do you interact? How do you use these classes and methods? How do you interact with them? And how do you use them to achieve your goals? Okay? That particular high-level interface is called Application Programming Interface. Okay? Like when you buy an iPhone guy will give you a small, let's say small booklet. Explains to you about how to use this one. Right? So that is nothing but application programming interface. Right? So using that API, you can actually use your any programming language very effectively. Right? So I'll show you. Go to Google and then JDK 7 API. Okay, just online. See this one. Java is providing the Java Standard Edition is providing these many packages. These are all actually these are all the packages. The top ones are the packages, and then these are interfaces. We'll talk about interfaces later, but the below ones, these are all classes. So Java is providing for our convenience. It is providing these many classes, these many interfaces, these many packages. Okay. So now I'll show you an interface called collection. And then here it gives the description about what is an interface, how to use it, and what's the what are the constraints, what are the assumptions, everything. They give you nice documentation about how to use this one. Okay. And here you have a method. Click on methods. So these are all the methods. Okay. See here. One of the method here. ToArray. And then ToArray. This collection has a same method called ToArray and ToArray. One method is not taking any arguments. It is giving you an object array. But the other one is taking TArray. We'll talk about the T later. It's called generics. But anyways, it is taking an argument array of objects, and it's giving you of those array of objects. Okay. So these two are overloaded methods. You have the exact same name, but their inputs are different. Their method signature is different. This whole thing is called method signature. Your method name and all the arguments and all the types, and then in their order. Okay. So those are overloaded methods. Okay. Now there is I'll show you one more API. There is one more testing framework called JUnit, and I'll show you their Java doc. See here. Look at this one. I mean, of course, some of them are deprecated, but that's okay. Don't worry about the deprecation, but look at it. SOT equals, 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 SOT equals. These many methods with the exact same name. You may be wondering all this while that it doesn't make sense. Why do you think we should use the same method name when you can use the same thing? But see here, SOT equals, this is your double. You're taking a double and double. What is your expected value and what is your actual value? Then it tells you whether it's equal or not. So for double, they wrote one method, and then long they wrote one method, and string they wrote one method, and then string object they wrote another method. So it doesn't make sense saying SOT equals double, SOT equals long, SOT equals string, SOT equals int. It doesn't make sense. That is not a good API. That is not a good interface. Again, interface meaning don't get confused with. I'll talk about the actual Java interface tomorrow. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about your phone, your iPhone, and iPhone has an interface, right? That is the heart of the whole iPhone, in my opinion. Okay, of course, you know, you can talk about specs, how good it is, but how ease of use your phone is or your laptop is. Okay, ease of use. That is what I mean by good API or good interface. So here, SOT equals. In all the cases, your method signature is different. This is method overloading, and these many methods, these are all overloaded methods. And look at it. Assert false, two methods, overloaded methods. Assert not null, overloaded method. One is taking object, the other one is taking string and object. The assert not same, overloaded methods. Overloaded methods, overloaded methods, overloaded methods. And then in the beginning you have assert array equals these many overloaded methods. Imagine. Everyone is having the same method, but their method signature is different. This is method overloading. Based on the number of arguments you passed, based on your argument types, based on your position of those arguments, it will figure out that, oh, this guy is talking about, if you give long array and long array, it will figure out that, okay, this guy is talking about this fourth method here. If you provide int array and int array, okay, this guy is talking about this one. If you provide char array and char array, okay, this is what I need to call. So your JVM will figure out that. Make sense? This is method overloading. On the same page now? Now tell me, any of you, and all of you.
Yeah, Madhvi, what was your question? You said method overloading can be done in the same class or two different classes, or you asked one question, so I'm just wondering.
Our question is method overload. Sorry, go ahead.
Please, Venkat, go ahead.
Method overloading is within the same class, and method overriding is an inheritance. Is that right? Is her question, and I'm saying yes, that is right. But I wanted to explain I wanted to show you with the real world examples that see how many methods having the same method name, because it makes sense in that case. Only their arguments are different. Based on the argument types, JVM will figure out figure out and call the appropriate method. And you don't have to lose your readability or usability. You don't have to lose the usability. You don't have to say that assert array equals for byte, assert array equals for char, assert array equals for int. You don't have to be verbose. Java is providing you a way to make your methods more usable. Go ahead and use the same method name as long as the method signature is different. Okay, that's about overloading. Now, overriding comes into picture only in the case of inheritance. Overriding comes into picture only in the case of inheritance. If you have your parent and child relationship, okay, your animal, and then your dog extends animal, sorry, this is arrow mark. Your dog extends animal. By the way, that inheritance relationship is shown like this. That is why I keep doing that way. Okay, parent is shown this side and child is shown the bottom. If you are telling your fellow Java developer, right? If you are showing it, typically we show that way, like this. In notation called UML, Unified Modeling Language. That's how they show it. Anyways, my point is animal and dog. So if you're inheriting certain behavior from animal, and if you don't like it, if you don't do it that way, if you do it differently, like dog eats differently, but this guy wrote already code for every animal eats this way, because 90% of the animals eat that way. So he gave you the functionality for a very good reason. It may not work for a dog, but it works for 90% of the animals. That is why he's providing you in the super class, so that you don't have to repeat in every single class. You don't have to duplicate in every single class. But dog is not in that list. Dog is one of those 10% animals which eats differently. So in that case, you can override the behavior that you got from animal, okay, by keeping the method signature exactly same. And then your JVM will figure out that, because your JVM never looks at what type it is. It always looks at, it never looks at, okay, you sent me, I'm expecting an animal in my method, okay, and now you sent me animal. So I will not call animal.eat method. JVM never calls animal.eat. JVM actually looks at the actual type inside it, because here when I'm expecting an object, here you can pass me that object or the subtype of that particular object. You can pass me any of the children of animal too. So you can pass me animal, you can pass me any of the children of animal. I will look at, meaning JVM will look at the actual type at runtime, and it will call the method. So when you call animal A, right? Okay, A.eat, I will not go blindly call, since the animal is what I am having here. I don't call the eat method here. No, I will look at the actual type. If you pass me the actual dog into this one, the caller, then I will look at the actual type and then call the eat method in dog. That is why the overriding method will be called not what you inherited. Now let's make it more conversational. Now you ask more questions, I'll explain more. Yeah.
This is Ravi here.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Now, see, if there is another class called dog1 or
Okay.
dog2,
Okay.
and I will extend the dog1 to dog,
Okay. Good.
maybe it will act as a grandchild.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. If animal will have one sort of methods,
Mhm.
walk
Let's
method.
say eat. Let's say eat.
Okay, eat.
Mhm.
And the way dog will eat in a different, dog1 will eat in a different way.
Yep. Got it. Fantastic example. Let's give. Do any of you know a specific dog?
Pug or anything.
What is that called?
Pug, pug, just simple way.
Okay. I don't know what is pug, but is it a specific dog?
It's a pretty much like it's a breed.
Oh, okay. Breed can be okay. Anyways, let's say that's a specific dog. Okay. So pug is also a dog, but it will do certain things, right? Okay. So every animal has to eat. So you got the eat functionality from animal, but dog eat differently. So dog overrode eat method, right? And now
Yes.
pug extends dog, and now unfortunately
Pug will eat in a different way.
there are a lot of dogs, okay, that eat one way, but pug eats differently. So then pug overrode the method in pug class. Okay. Now, if somebody now let's say that animal feeder. Let's say animal feeder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there is an automated feeder. Okay, animal feeder. Animal feeder class has a feed method here. Okay, feed is taking animal here, meaning try to understand this concept here. You know what I'm trying to do here. Public void forget about inheritance and polymorphism and overriding for a second. Did we all understand what I wrote here? Public class animal feeder, okay, and then public void feed, and here animal A. Are we all clear? Because earlier there was some confusion. Uma, are we clear on that now? Animal A. This is just an object reference, just a variable name here, okay? But of the type animal, of the type animal. So this feed method is taking an animal object, okay? So now tell me when feed method is taking animal, what does it mean? It can take animal or any of the
Dog.
subtypes,
Subclasses.
right? So I can take anybody in animal hierarchy. It can be animal. You can pass me directly animal. Okay. Now, this is your animal feeder. Okay. There is a animal feeder here. So if you give animal, it will feed automatically. That's what this, we came up with this animal automatic feeding machine. Okay. This is what that class does. Okay. Now we are, go ahead.
Sorry, Uncle, can you please repeat the point that you said? And when we say feed animal A, it can take all the methods in animal and in dog, right?
No. What we are saying here is that I'm expecting an object called animal, Uma. So you give me an object called object of animal, okay? Called animal. So now, but you can give me, the way it works is you can give me any subtype of animal. You don't have to give me the animal. You can give me any animal, okay? You can give me a cat, you can give me a cow, you can give me anything. You can give me a dog, you can give me any kind of dog here, or you can give me a pug, which is the lowest level. You can give me anything. You can give me a child of pug too. You can give me anything. Okay? And then see here, a dot eat. Eat method exists in the top class, animal class. That is why I'm able to call it. So my compiler is happy here. I want you to understand this carefully. See, my compiler is happy because there is a method called eat in animal class. So my compiler is happy.
Okay.
But when you run it, I keep saying here compiler and JVM, and are we understanding this one? Or when I say compiler is happy,
Okay.
I'll try to elucidate. So
Sorry to interrupt you, Venkat, but before you go into compiler and JVM, just now we were working on an example for this animal A is eat. So
Okay.
you said that if there is this A can access all the methods from any animal like cat, dog, and something, right?
no.
So,
That's I think that's where I wanted to clear some mist. Okay. The point is, your compiler will worry about at the compile time, right? So your compiler will worry about the grammar rules and whether you are following everything properly in Java, right? Whether you are doing the right things, all the checks and balances, the static thing, right? Like whether you're closing your braces properly, or you are using, you are not using any duplicate methods, etc., etc., etc. Okay.
okay.
Compile time as you type, and then you do as Java C. If there are any errors, it will give you immediately.
Index.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
like all the red marks that we get is
exactly.
Okay.
All the red marks that you get are from the compiler. We are not executing the code at that point. We are not there yet. Okay. It is only telling you that, hey, this is not how you write the Java code, buddy. That's all it is telling you. Agree? So it is going to tell you that, hey, you can't use the same duplicate method signatures. Okay. And if you try to do a dot run, for example, and run exists only in the cat class. Let's say if run exists, cat is also an animal, and run exists only in the cat class, your a dot run will not work. We need to understand this. Okay, because your compiler comes into picture before JVM. JVM comes later when you actually execute your code. But your compiler will say that a dot run, are you crazy or something? There is no run method in animal. You can only use the methods in animal class, period. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Otherwise, your compiler will slap us and tell us that, sorry, boss, I don't know what you're talking about. A dot run? I have no clue. Forget about your JVM. That is later. First, you have to be able to compile your classes. You have to be able to compile your source into binaries. Right? Are we all clear on that?
Yeah.
You cannot call any method other than the methods that you have in animal.java. So you cannot call a.run because that exists only in cat class. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist in animal class. Simple. But now, the point is, this is an animal feeder, and you give me, we are saying here is that you give me any animal. You don't have to give this animal.java. You can give me any animal, and I will call the eat method. Now, your class is compiled, everything is good. Now this class is compiled, your animal feeder is compiled, okay? Now, user 1. Let's say this user 1 is Ravi, okay? Ravi wants to use this fancy automatic feeder, okay? In Ravi.java, what he wants to do is he has a pug, okay? So, he can say pug p equal to new pug. Okay, He can also do animal A equal to new animal. Animal A equal to new pug. He can also do that. But this is one way of doing. I agree. This is I wouldn't recommend this one, but I'm just telling you here. Okay. So pug P equal to new pug. He gave some name, and now he said animal feeder. He said animal feeder AF equal to new animal feeder. Okay, and then AF dot feed, and he gave a pug to this class, and then saying, hey, can you make my pug? Can you feed my pug? Okay. So now we gave this pug to this animal feeder. Now your compiler is gone. Okay, now we are talking about runtime here. When you run here, what JVM does is your eat method is there in animal class. Your eat is there in dog class because dog overrode it. Pug overrode it too, the eat. But actually what it does is it will look at the actual type that is passed. What is the actual type that is passed here? The actual type that is passed is pug here. In fact, not left hand side. It will look at this guy here. It doesn't matter what you give here. It doesn't matter whether you give pug or animal. It doesn't matter what your left side is. It will look at the what is the real type in the heap, in your JVM heap. What is the real type here? I don't care about whatever the type that you're using. That's fine. But what is the real object? Real object is pug. Okay, let me call the eat method on the pug class. So what am I doing here? I'm actually calling this eat method here. Any slightly.
If you want to call that run method in cat, we'll say.
Okay. If you want to call the run method in cat, right? Okay, let's talk about, no, first, I don't want to go there. I want to go there. I will explain about it. But are we clear on this?
Yes. And here you said instead of pug P is equal to new pug, you can give anything, animal.
Yes, you can do animal, or you can even give dog. Okay, you can even give dog. Anything meaning you can't give string here. You have to follow the hierarchy here, right? Because this pug has to be able to put into this container here. Compatible type, any compatible type.
Okay. So we can follow the same methods the same style we were following so far, right? Pug P is equal to new pug.
Okay.
We can follow the same thing, right? Or
you
because
can.
In the example you said animal P is equal to new. There should be some significance to that animal, right?
There is significance. Okay. There is significance. I think that's okay. I'll talk about it. So, if animal P equal to new pug. Okay. Now, let's say, give me one method that only pug can do it. Let's say run. Okay, only pug can run. Okay. Dog cannot run, animal cannot run, but pug can run. Okay, animal P equal to new pug. Now I will say animal feeder dot feed. Now I'll pass this P. Okay. Now my pug has been fed here, right? By end of this statement here, my pug has been fed properly, right? Now, I want my pug to run too. Now, this is P, right? This is what is my pug, right? P dot run. What happens here? Any of you tell me? What happens here? P dot run.
It will not work, I think.
The run method in the pug is running. It happens to work. It gets invoked actually.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
P is of type animal here. First of all, forget about what gets run. Your compiler itself will slap you here. compiler will say that there is no run method in animal class, boss. Forget about what gets run at runtime. Your compiler doesn't even let you proceed because there is no run method in animal class. That is why your compiler will always look at your left-hand side and say that whether you are using the methods properly or not. I think I confused you more. That's okay. We'll probably now let me take the same example. Pug P1 equal to new pug, right? And now I can do AF dot feed of P1 and then P1 dot run. Now let's look at it. From AF dot feed perspective, there is no change. Because this guy is taking animal, so you passed animal earlier here, even though because your JVM actually looks at it, the actual type, right? So it is compatible type. It is expecting animal, so you are passing an animal. Beautiful, your compiler no complaint. And you are expecting an animal, I'm passing a pug. It is compatible type. Your compiler will not complain. And now P1.run, yes, there is a run method in pug and P1 is of type pug. Did you understand the difference? So if you want to use the specific methods inside the pug, you need your left-hand side also to be the specific type. If you want to use the specific methods in the subclass, you want your left-hand side to be subclass. You want your left-hand side to be specific class 2, which is your pug.
So we can write pug P1 equal new pug and then P1 dot run. We can write also, right? Pug P1 equal new pug and then P1 dot run.
Exactly, that's what we did here, right?
Yes. Then why you write here AF feed P1?
Oh, I'm just saying that. No, yeah, this is just an extra, right? We just talked about animal feeder, right? I'm saying you can call animal feeder from the calling of animal feeder perspective. These two are same is what I'm saying, because I'm explaining here. See, your animal feeder feed method is expecting an animal object here. Okay, meaning you can pass an animal. That is what you are passing here in the first case, and here you are passing pug. So both are same. There is no difference because your JVM will look at the actual type here, and it will call in both the cases. Actually, your pug.it will be called behind the scenes. Maybe let's take this example as why not? Is it okay?
One quick question, Venkat.
Yeah.
Suppose I have the run method in animal and I have the run method in pug.
Oh,
so
okay.
When I mention animal P is equal to new pug, then it will be pointing to the run method of my pug, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you overrode the run method in your pug class.
Got it.
You got it, right?
Yes.
And the
your
reason
right
it
side,
works, no, let me finish, Madhavi, sorry. The reason it works that way is because your JVM, first of all, your compiler is happy, animal.run, because animal itself has a run method. So your compiler no complaints, right? But now your JVM will always look at what is the real type. The real type is there in the real type is pug. So that is why pug.run will be called, even though you said animal.run. Makes sense?
One quick question, Venkat.
One second. Please hold your thought. Let's not jump here and there. That's why I'll come to slowly one at a time. Are we clear on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody. Madhavi,
Yes,
actually you were speaking. Madhavi, you were saying something and I cut you off. And then I'll come to Ravi.
No, I am saying the same thing because I am telling the Jyoti the right side will when you write a pug, so it will take the real object of the
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Ravi, sorry, you were saying something and I cut you off.
Okay then. See, dog is a child of animal
Sure, Ravi.
and pug is a grandchild.
Sure, sir.
Similar with cat is a child of animal and some ex-cat will be a grandchild.
Sure, sir. Okay.
Okay. Can we...
Puma. How about say Puma? Puma is a
Okay.
cat, right? Okay. Tell me.
Then can we use this method, the one which we have written, the overriding method in pug in grandchild?
You tell
Can
me.
we?
You tell me.
We can't.
Yeah, absolutely. They have two different hierarchies, Ravi. Right? Let me write what you are saying. Probably any other confusion out there will also be. So what he's saying is animal, you have dog, you have pug, and you have cat, and you have puma. Right? So we are saying, now tell me here, there is a run method here, right? Actually, there is a run in animal itself, right? Ravi,
Yes, yes.
help me here. There is a run in animal itself, and dog overrode this run method. Actually, dog doesn't have to. Dog can, if dog is satisfied with the functionality that it is getting, it doesn't have to. But pug doesn't satisfy the functionality. So pug is not happy with the run that it is getting from animal. So it overrode it. Okay. Now, you are asking, how does Puma run? Is that your question, sir?
Yeah, my question is, maybe pug and puma have same way of running.
Okay.
Okay.
But, okay, pug and
Maybe.
Puma may have the same way of running. Then you have to override the run method and provide the same functionality here. But you cannot get Puma, cannot get the run from pug because they are two different hierarchies here. You cannot get it. The only way if you want to get that, the same functionality, you have to have your Puma extends pug. But you can't say that Puma extends pug and Puma also is a cat. You can't say that because Java doesn't allow the multiple inheritance. Confused you more? Or?
Okay then. But we can't extend child to child, right?
Meaning...
grandchild, we can't extend cat, puma, it's a grandchild of cat and child of cat and grandchild of animal. We can't extend puma to pug, right?
Exactly. You can. There are two different hierarchies, Ravi. This is one hierarchy. Pug to dog to animal is one hierarchy. Puma to cat to animal. So what Puma and pug share the same is whatever they inherited from their granddad. That's it. Whatever animal is providing will be here unless they are not overridden by here or here. Make sense?
Yeah.
If there is a run method in animal and dog ends up overriding that, what pug gets is not what animal is giving you. Pug gets from the immediate parent, which is run, because this has been overridden by dog. So pug gets it from dog. Is that also clear?
Okay. It's a quick question. One more quick question actually.
Yeah.
If pug extends dog and dog extends animal, right? But automatically whatever properties animal will have will extend it to pug, right?
You got it. You got it. Whatever the functionality that animal has, all the way comes to pug unless they are overridden by dog. That's my point here.
Okay.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
If they are overridden by dog, then pug is actually direct parent of dog. So pug gets from dog. You get it, right?
Yeah, I got that. I got that point. Yeah, because a lot of confusion happening with me actually. We got like some other things going on. That's the reason I was trying to make it clear.
Sure. But this is not an easy concept. So, and don't worry.
Yeah, this concept is being like this particular concept is I can say in like another programming languages,
Exactly.
probably in web.
Yep, this is
If
there
you
in it.
heard about, yeah, in BAPIS concept, it's pretty much like RFCs.
Okay.
This is going on there. The reason I want to make it more clear.
Yep, got it.
Thank you very much.
No problem, sir.
Venkat, I have a question.
Yeah, before that, Antenna was speaking. I have a question. Okay. Can I give to Antenna and then I'll come to you? Right, buddy?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Deshikan, you made a comment 1 second. So no subclass can create their own method, right? Can you speak? First, let's give it to Deshikan. I'm sorry. Antenna?
All right.
I'm sorry. Deshikan, ask the question again, sir.
Sir. No, see, actually, parent, child, and grandchild.
Right.
So whatever methods available in parent, only those methods will be used in the child or grandchild, right? We are not going to create any new methods. Only available methods in the parent, so we can override or we can use as it is.
Right. You can override, you can use as is, and you can add extra functionality too. So see here, that is that's also one of the, I'm glad you asked this question. See, animal, let's say animal has a run method. Every animal has to be able to run it. Okay. And now dog maybe runs differently, so I override it, but only dog will do a fetch, right? Agree? Not animals don't have this fetch method. So from here onwards, every dog in the dog hierarchy will get the fetch, meaning your fug will automatically get fetch. Okay? Your fug's child will automatically get fetch. Everybody within that hierarchy will get from here onwards fetch. But your cat, which is a sibling to dog, which is inheriting from animal, an animal does not have a fetch, so cat does not have a fetch. I want you to understand this. Agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
I hope I did not confuse that.
Yeah.
Antenna.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I have a small request, my kid is at chess class, so I'll have to go in another 5 minutes or so.
All right.
Go ahead, sir.
So may I continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So Java will not support a multiple inheritance. That's what I understand. But what if there are situations where we need to inherit more than one class? How could we implement such implementations?
Good.
And such situations?
Good question. Great question, actually. Well, Java at the programming language itself does not let you do that. Okay, so you can't do it. The straight answer is you can't do it. But it has provided a way for us to achieve the same thing with differently, not through classes, but there is another pure abstract class called interface. So they provided another mechanism. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll tell you. Okay, there you can implement multiple interfaces. It's possible.
Okay.
Yep, no problem. Rohit, now your turn.
Yep. Venkat, I have a question. How do you differentiate a multi-level and a multiple general? What is the concept behind that? I mean, how do you differentiate a multi-level and a multiple?
Right.
When do you call, when we have this example right now, you're explaining, right? Now, how can I say which is multiple and which is multi-level? I can't differentiate that. I'm really confused in that. Then maybe that will help extending the knowledge on basically this overriding and overloading. That is what my concept is.
I wanted to say something though. I'll explain about multi-layer and multiple inheritance. But I think I wanted to say that overloading and overriding has got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I think that's where overriding and overloading has got nothing to do with multiple inheritance or multi-level inheritance. Overriding comes into picture only in the case of inheritance. I agree. Overloading has got nothing to do with it, with the inheritance at all. Okay? But I will explain what is a multi-level inheritance, right?
Multi-level and multiple inheritance.
Yep. So what we talked just now is actually a multi-layer inheritance. Animal,
Okay.
dog, what is that? Pug?
Yeah.
Like any specific pug? Okay, let's say specific pug. You can go on and on and on and on and on. This is actually multi-layer inheritance. So it doesn't, Java doesn't really stop you at any point. Says that, hey boss, you're already 3 layers up and you can't do it anymore. Java doesn't restrict you with that, Rohit. You can go any level deeper.
Okay.
10 levels, 20 levels, 30 levels, you can go any level. This is actually multi-layer inheritance. Now, the multiple inheritance concept is some programming languages do actually, Smalltalk and C++. Okay. So animal has dog and cat.
Right.
Okay. And then dog has pug, and then cat has puma.
Okay.
Okay. If there is a mixed breed, okay, somewhat, I don't know what, a donkey.
Let's call it ABC. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, for lack of better knowledge in that area, let's say if you say that, hey, it possesses some qualities from pug and puma, this one you can do it.
Right.
This is multiple inheritance. So you wanted to say that donkey extends pug,
puma.
comma puma. You wanted to say that. You cannot say that in Java. Exactly. Java does not allow you that. So this is what I mean by multiple inheritance.
Yeah, now this clears a lot. I mean, for me, it helps me now.
Okay.
So inheritance basically doesn't go for the inheritance doesn't work on multiple inheritance.
You got it. You got it. This is very popular question in interviews too. They ask you, does Java support multiple inheritance? Java does not allow multiple inheritance, concrete multiple inheritance. I don't want to talk about what do you mean by concrete. We'll talk tomorrow. But Java allows it little differently. Okay? Yeah. You can't have any functionality through interfaces. You can.
Yeah.
But not with.
Yeah, through interfaces I can do that. Yeah.
Yep.
But I want to get clear, like what multi-level and what multiple exactly. How is this concept actually? I wanted to get cleared by this diagram only.
Right. You got it, right?
Yeah, I got it. It's clear now.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I have one question.
Sure.
Yeah, the constructor is a overloading for the parent and child. Why?
Constructor is over. Yeah. Say that again. Okay.
For overloading, you said that in overloading you use the overloading concept in the same class, right?
Right.
Yeah, but the constructor.
But for constructors, we can use it in 2 different classes too. Overloading.
Parent and child.
That is not correct.
That is not parent and child, but for any 2 classes, right?
No.
Or maybe that's true too.
No, that's not correct. When you say, okay, overloading, when it comes to overloading, first and foremost thing is we're only talking about one class. Okay, only one class. Okay, and when you say overloading, your method name or your constructor name is different. Same method name or constructor. Constructor is nothing but your class name will be used, but method name or constructor name will be same. Okay, so in your animal class, you may take a constructor like this, animal int age, or you can say animal, string name, int age. You can have one more constructor, animal, string name, int age, double height. Okay, you have three different constructors. These are overloaded constructors. You have the same name but with a different constructor signature. Okay, these are three overloaded constructors. So you are providing to make the users of your class, to make your class more usable, you are providing three different constructors, meaning three different ways of instantiating an animal, or three different ways of constructing an animal. If you only have age, use this one. If you have both age and name, use this one. If you have all three, name, age, and height, use this one, is what we are saying. This is constructor overloading. That's it. Let's stop there and let's visit and see if this is clear. And then I'll talk about constructor overriding, that the super will talk about that. But did we understand this one?
Yeah, I got it.
Madhavi and Uma?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes,
So
yes.
this
I
is
got it.
called constructor overloading, right? This is called constructor overloading. Now let's talk about, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so when we create two objects, for example, in animal, say animal A1 and A2, and for A1 I need only int age, and for A2 I can take just string name and int age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
So my point is, if you, at the time of, rather than putting it that way, I'll put it this way. Okay? My animal template guy has provided me three ways of constructing an animal.
Okay. I can
Three
take one of
ways
them.
of constructing an animal. One, if for the people who have just age only, if I only have age at the time of the creation, maybe I will set the name and height later, but I don't have at the time of creation of the object. I want you to understand this one. At the time of creation of the object, I only have age. At that time, I will use the first constructor. Animal A equal to new animal. And then age. This is way of, I'm using the first constructor here. But some other guy, at the time of construction itself, he has both name and age. Then what he will do is he will use the second constructor. Name and whatever the name, Tommy. Okay. And some other guy he's providing you three options through ways of constructing that animal. Three ways of instantiating is three ways of creating that object. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, clear.
So if you only use the first constructor, what will be the age of the, what will be the name of the animal? Name of the animal will be? What will be the name of the animal here? No, exactly. Maybe I can set the name later, but I don't have the name at this point of the creation of the object. I will set that later. Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't have right now. Make sense?
Yeah.
So this is about animal. Now animal is having a name, age, height, right? Okay, now let's talk about with a different color dog. Okay. Now in the dog class, okay, dog class, animal has three constructors, right? You can create an animal. Can you mute yourself, one of you, for some background noise? Yeah, thank you. So now Oh, no problem, Uma. So dog. Now let's say maybe you can create a dog. Let's say you can create a dog with just age also. Like how you are creating an animal. Now we're talking about the dog. Dog extends animal, right? Dog extends animal, right? Now we need to provide a way to construct a dog. So dog age. Okay, int age. Okay. Now, yeah. Let me probably provide the actual code. Public void dog of age. Okay. Now, you only provided me age, and you want to create a dog, right? So age is now I want to ask a question here. Is age a specific property of dog, or it is inheriting from animal? It is actually inheriting from animal. If you look at the previous one here, right? It is actually inheriting from animal, right? So since it is inheriting from age, since it is inheriting from animal, and in fact animal has a constructor, so you want to set age to your animal class itself, right? Because age is the property of animal. It's not a specific property of dog or anything. So we need to initialize there in animal. So what we do is, there is a constructor here. We just looked at it. There is a constructor here, animal, that takes age, right? So what we'll do now is, we will call that super constructor. We will call my dad's constructor. That is what I'm saying here. So I'm calling super, and I'll pass whatever the age that I got it. Of course here int. I'm not. Super age. You know what's happening here? When you do it here, I'm calling the super classes constructor, which is my animals constructor here. I'm calling this one here. Meaning I'm passing that age to my animal, which will initialize in the animal class. Make sense? And now let's say, okay, first of all, does it make sense?
Yes.
Make sense? Okay. Now, let's say public void dog. Let's say there is I want to provide a way to construct dog by age and also breed. Now you ask me, or now you tell me, is breed a specific property of dog, or are we inheriting from animal?
Specific property of dog.
Precisely, yes. So you will have like a private string breed, right? So breed is a specific property of dog. Now, is age a specific property of dog, or inheriting from animal?
From animal?
It's inheriting from.
Exactly. So I need to set this age, whatever this guy passes me, in the constructor I will initialize. I will provide the initial values to my instance variables, right? So I will provide this age to my animal. How do I provide this age to my animal? How do I initialize it in animal? Tell me.
Super age.
Exactly. Super age. I can provide this one. So super age. So by calling my super classes constructor, my age is set in my super class. That is good, because that is where I'm inheriting from. So that guy is set. I'm all good here. So every single subclass will automatically get the age anyway. Now tell me about the breed. But breed is not. So with this one, we set age. But breed is specific to my dog. Now I will take this breed and initialize to my breed, meaning this dog's breed. So I'll say this dot breed equal to breed. Are we clear here?
Yes.
Are we clear with this one? Uma, are you clear as well?
Yeah, yes. I thought I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, no. I'm saying as long as we all understand, I'll be happy. That's it.
It's clear now.
Very good. So this is actually calling the superclasses constructor. And of course, you can provide, a couple more options. If you have age, and name, definitely you can take that as a constructor and call your super ones. And age, name, and breed, definitely call the superclasses constructors. So I think you got the point. This can be used in subclass and not in superclass. Yuri is asking, this can be used in subclass but not in superclass. In superclass also you can definitely use this, sir. You can absolutely use it in your animal class. What happens here? Private int age, right? Private string name, private double height, right? Right? When you provide me age in my animal class, what do I do here? Tell me my code here. This dot age equal to age. So in animal class, when you say this, you are talking about, I'm talking about this particular instance variable, meaning I'm not talking about my animal's dad or animal's children or anything like that. No, I am talking about my animal class instance variable age. Did you get that? Did you all get that one? So this can be used in animal class, this can be used in dog class, and this can be used anywhere. If you use this in animal class, then you are talking about animal classes instance variable. If you used this here in your dog class, okay, you're talking about, hey, I'm talking about my dog class, the actual dog classes variable called breed. This is where you put it. Okay? But when I calling here, hey, now I'm being specific. Oh, call the superclasses constructor. Okay? In fact, I'll tell you just to make things a little interesting. Okay? Super doesn't have to be used only for the constructor. Let's say age is protected. It is not private. The age variable is protected. Okay? You don't have to use the actual constructor to initialize it. You can also do super dot age equal to age. You see this one? Like how you're using this, you can use super dot, meaning I'm talking about, hey, how I'm saying here my instance variable of this class, here I'm saying instance variable of my dad. Make sense? You can do that one too. Can you tell me, Rohit? I didn't understand what you're saying. Speak up.
When you do this super dot age is equal to age, you mean to say that you're using the age used in the animal class?
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yep. So if at all I have access to age variable, if it is not private, if it is private, I can't do anything anyway, right?
Depends on the access specifier. That is what.
Absolutely.
But can you tell me in which scenario can I do this thing? I mean, every time I can't do this. I mean, when is the case when I can use this concept actually?
Which concept?
Super dot of age is equal to age. Probably this thing. When can I use it? But what point of time can I use?
Good question. Actually, from the encapsulation perspective, I would never recommend making your fields non-private. So make all of your fields private, so you are never going to use this scenario. But what you can do is, let's say there is a run method to make things complicated. In fact, let's say there is a run method in your dog class, okay? But there is a run method in your animal class too, okay?
Right.
When you call the run method simply like this, you'll be calling from your class, right? Meaning wherever you are. And to be explicit, you can say this dot run. You know that. When you say this dot run, I'm talking about this, meaning dog dot run. Okay. For some reason, you want to call not my run, not dog's run, but my dad's run, meaning animal run. In that case, also you can do super dot run.
Okay.
This is possible. So you can use your super not only for the constructors, but to call your super classes methods and to access the super classes variables also, is my point. This one I will never recommend, but this one.
That's not recommended. I mean, why is that so? I don't see any time in the coding like.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's technically possible. My point is technically possible, but I will not recommend. I will never recommend. The moment you create a class, make all the variables as private, so that even your subclass will not have access to it. If somebody needs access to it, well, create the methods and provide them access.
Okay, I get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that somewhat clarifies somewhat. But we will be these concepts next couple of months, so you can ask me anytime. No worries. Actually, as we start using these collections more, you will feel more. You will think that, oh, now at this point everything is like it's like a little fuzzy. That's okay, for me too. So don't worry. But once we talk about collections, once we really use it, once I talk about the real polymorphism, once I'll show you that, hey, by taking collection here, that guy can send me any of the collections, then you'll understand, oh, that's what this guy talks about polymorphism. Okay, so don't worry. These are the most basic fundamentals, so we'll get it. You will get it. That's my...
I got one question.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, is the overloading basically a concept, indirectly a concept for polymorphism?
No.
No?
Overloading is indirectly a concept of polymorphism. Not really.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. Because polymorph... Yeah. It's...
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying... Loading is overloading is nothing but, again, I'll say the same thing, having the same method name. So it's only, there is something called dynamic binding, right? Meaning, how does your JVM know which method to call when you have these many methods? When you have these many methods with the same method name, how does your JVM know? That's the scope of overloading, buddy. But how does it know? Based on your parameters, based on your arguments and their types, it will figure out the appropriate method, because all the methods will have different signatures, and based on whatever you passed, it will figure out that, okay, this guy, since he gave me long array and long array, this guy is talking about this one, so let me call this method. That's how.
But then how is polymorphism working?
The overriding. That's what we have been talking about, right?
Oh.
Well, see here. Let's go back to this. Animal feeder example.
Yeah.
That's where we started, right?
Right.
Yep. Look at this one, animal feeder here. Animal feeder is taking animal. That is polymorphism. I wanted to say this. Animal feeder's feed method is taking animal. By not taking a dog, by not taking a pug, by not taking puma, by not taking cat, but by taking animal, That design decision is polymorphism. Because you can pass any of the subtypes of the animal based on the actual type, it will call the eat method. So the same 3 lines of code or same animal feeder dot feed method behaves differently based on the actual type that is passed. If you pass a pug, it will make pug eat, or it will feed pug. You pass puma, it will feed puma. You pass cat, it will feed cat. You pass pig, it will feed pig. That is polymorphism. The same code is behaving differently based on what you provided. Agree?
Yeah.
No? Let's talk more. You seem a little skeptical.
Yeah, I'm not so clear. Basically, I mean.
Okay.
Okay, you mean to say that, say for suppose, like animal has a method called eat and run. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm passing that animal to a method in animal feeder, right? So since dog, cat are a child of animal, I can literally call this this dog dot eat directly, and I can even call pug dot eat, right? That is what you conveyed.
No.
Venkat,
Yeah.
one quickly, can we say in such a way that if in that scenario, if you pass instead of animal, if you declare instead of animal any other pug, that means it can't be changed in that particular animal.
I didn't get it quite get it.
Okay,
But I want to make my life easy, so let's take an example, right? Let's code. Okay. This is animal, right?
Right.
Okay. Agree?
Right.
Now tell me, what's the next one? Dog, right? Okay. Yeah, did you see that? Automatically super.it. If you want to call your super method, and in addition to that you want to do something else, that's when you will use that one.
Right.
Let me not confuse you there, but dog is eating, right? Let's do pug. Oops. Okay. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's do animal feeder. Okay. Animal feeder is an automated machine that feeds any animal that you provided, right? You give me an animal, I'll feed it, is what this guy is doing. Okay. And then how do I feed it? Well, I'll say by calling their eat method. That's all, right? I'm not doing any magic. By calling their eat method, I'll make them feed. Okay.
Right.
Now, let's say we are users. We are users, our polymorphism demo. Let's see if this helps. So now, what I'm saying here is that animal A1 equal to new pug. Okay. Okay. Now, animal feeder, AF equal to new animal feeder. Make sense?
Right.
Now, I'm calling this automated machine and say that, hey, can you please feed my animal? And I'm passing an animal A1 here. Right? Huh?
Okay.
Is animal gets fed now, or dog gets fed, or pug gets fed? Tell me.
Pug.
Pug.
Exactly. So my same code here, animal feeder, okay, animal feeder is now feeding a pug. Beautifully, right? Now I'm feeding, okay, so pug has been fed. Now exact same code, I wanted to say, now let me say I created one more dog. Okay. The polymorphism at its core is, understand now, the same method, same code, everything exactly same, but now I am passing. So what's the real object in A2?
Dog.
What is the real object in A1?
Pug.
This exact same code. Did I change anything? No. Anything changed in animal feeder? Animal feeder is behaving, the same code is behaving differently based on the object type that I passed at runtime. Look at it. First time it is feeding pug, and the second time it is feeding dog. This is polymorphism.
Okay.
If you got another feed method in animal, not animal feeder.
Sorry, there is a method called what?
Can we write a method, another feed method over here in animal and try to get it over there in?
Okay. Okay. Tell me, what do you want me to do?
Can we inherit this particular feeding the way it feeds in pug?
Definitely. So it automatically inherited already. It is there. Now what do you want me to do?
I want that pug to be, that particular pug to be extended to animal, and I don't want, but there is no feed in dog, right? I think, yeah, that's, I understood what I.
Oh,
what
no, Ravi. There is no feed in dog is a bad statement. There is a feed in dog and there is a feed in pug too.
Okay. Yeah,
Ravi.
because dog is extended automatically from animal, dog will have that.
Exactly, exactly. So by putting the feed method in animal, okay, you have this in dog automatically because dog is a child of animal. So dog is inheriting from animal. So there is a feed in dog too. And there is a feed in pug too.
But if we overridden this feed in dog, that pug automatically inherits dog, whatever dog has then.
You got it. You got it. If at all you say that, hey, animal feeding, I understand, but my dogs eat differently, or dogs feed differently. I mean, unfortunately here eat and feed are same. That's where, I'm a little confused here. So shall I put run here?
Okay.
Okay. So now run, right? So every animal has to run. But now you say that, hey, I understand every animal, has to run, but dog hustle. Let's say that dog runs differently. Okay? Now look at it. Dog hustles differently. I mean, runs differently, right? That's it. Okay. Now, in your pug, do you have run or not? Tell me.
I don't have run. I don't have run method, but it inherits from dog.
Exactly. It inherits from dog. Now tell me whether it inherits from when you say at any point pug.run, okay, does it get run from dog or does it get run from animal?
It gets from dog because it
Exactly.
was
It's the most
restricted by dog.
recent, exactly. The immediate parent, that is what it gets from. Now if you want to look at it, let's look at it.
But if pug doesn't have eat method and even
Sure.
dog doesn't have eat method, but animal has a eat method, right? It takes both.
You got it.
Takes it.
Exactly.
Animal.
Exactly. Let's say there is one, let's add one more method. Eat, run. What is the other method that every animal has to do it? Walk.
Bark.
Bark. Huh? Bark is specific to dog, right?
Walk, I said.
Walk.
Walk.
Oh, walk. Sorry. Animal is walking. Make sense? Now look at it.
Yes.
Pug P1 equal to new pug. Okay. Now let's say P1 dot P1 dot eat. You can do P1 dot run, and you can do P1 dot walk. See, it is there in every method that it inherits from its parents. See this one? Pug is eating and dog hustles differently. When we call pug.run, how did we get dog hustles differently? Because run has been overridden by dog and it is taking from immediate parent. Obviously, right? The reason dog overrode it because dogs are different than other animals. That's what it means. And pug happens to be a dog. Pug is a dog, right?
Yes.
That's what it is.
In this case, pug is equal to dog there.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, pug automatically, see here, pug is getting the behavior from here. Pug is getting behavior from both animal and dog, but the same method has been overridden by dog, so it will get it from the most recent parent.
My point is clear. I got clear
Okay.
understanding. Thank you very much.
No problem, sir. Now let's go back to Rohit for a second. Now, Rohit, let's talk. Let's make sure. I want to walk you out with full confidence, with full this one. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, I'm getting it now. Like what differently is form in the polymorphism. I get that.
Now,
Basically, you are
the same
using
next couple of minutes.
same
Next.
method.
Sorry. Go ahead, guys.
You're using the same method feed in different various forms as you want. You're not
Exactly.
changing anything basically.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you're making the feed work in whatever way you want. That is what, without changing anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Since
get it now.
next 5-10 minutes, I'm speaking only for Rohit. Next 5 minutes, okay? If you don't get it, ignore it. No problem, because we'll come back. Since you know collections, I want to handle differently for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Collection dot let me write code here, or let me write some. Okay. Now you're collecting all the animals. Okay, you're an animal collector. Okay, let's say animal collector. Okay. So you're asking all of them to pass their animals. Okay.
Right.
Now, for that, you provided an add method and you said top level collection. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what can you do here? You have several options here. You can go to and say that, hey, I think probably everybody in the Java industry who have even very, very good experience also, they're so used to this error list here, new error list equal to error
Yeah,
list.
exactly. Yeah.
Man, right?
Right.
You don't want to do this. The reason is that if you're using something very specific in array list, all you're doing is al.add, 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 al.add. You're adding a bunch of objects to it and then, okay,
Yeah.
and then your left-hand side you're saying array list because you'll get tempted, okay? You will get tempted to use the methods in array list. And let's say for some reason you want to use a linked list for some reason tomorrow, then your whole code is getting changed.
It will throw an error. I mean, basically it won't take
Exactly. Now let's talk about the animal collector for a second. I'll make it extremely clear here. You're saying add, and then someone like me said that, you know what, I know Rohit always sends me error list, then I'll say error list here. Okay? But all I'm doing here is that iterating through all the objects in this one and then printing some junk and doing something. Okay? All I need is really iterator. But just because I've seen you doing it, I'm expecting error list. This is my API, buddy. Okay? You are my caller.
Yeah.
Animal collector is my class. Okay? And you are the caller of it. And you are passing an array list. Fantastically, you and I are very happy drinking everything, because you are doing it this way, right? Array list is equal to fantastic. Okay. Now, somebody said that, you know what? Array list doesn't work. List doesn't work actually. We don't want any duplicates, so I want you to create the set.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you said that you started doing it this way. Has set s1 equal to new has set. Okay?
Yeah.
And then said s1 dot add, etc. Okay? You did like this. And then you are trying to send this one animal collector. Okay? Dot add s1 you're saying. Oh, compiler will slap you. Say that, boss, this guy is expecting error list, and how can you send a set here? You can't change your implementation, so you have to come and ask me, hey guy, what the heck did you do, man? Animal collector, you designed it to be an error list. Now I want to change from error list to has set because I want to change from list to set because I don't want to accept duplicates, because that was yesterday's scenario. Yesterday's scenario requirement says that yes, you can accept duplicate, but now they say that no duplicates. We don't need to maintain the order.
Yeah.
Now with all the pain I'm taking, I'm completely changing the animal collector API for you. Now I'll change it to has set. Okay, just because you changed it. How much pain is that? Now you come back and say that, you know what? Not even has set. I want to go back to linked list. Again, I'll change it. But what am I doing? I'm not using any of the specific things. Why would I care about what is your implementation it is? I'll accept collection. You know what?
It will handle everything.
You pass me list, you pass me set, you pass me array list, you pass me linked list, you pass me has set, you pass me linked has set. I don't care. You change whatever it is. This is polymorphism, and you pass your linked list. It maintains the order behind the scenes and accept duplicates. And you pass me has set. Yes, you can pass me has set. You can pass me anything here, and my code don't have to be changed. My animal feeder is not getting changed. I will bring back the same point now. If I'm so what do you call, if I'm not a good designer, okay, of my class, and I'll say that, you know what, today we are only feeding pugs. So let me say that feed pug. This is a bad design. It is not polymorphism. Because I accept only pugs and below subclasses of bugs. But if Uma wants to send a dog, I'll say that sorry. Your compiler itself will slap you, say that I'm sorry, this feed guide does not take dog. Feed guide does not take anything but pug and all the subclasses of pug. But no, we are not doing it. We are saying that pass me any animal and I will decide which one to call at runtime, because my JVM is smart enough to look at the actual type on the heap and then finds out whether it is a pug. Now you pass me a pug, you pass me an animal, you pass me a dog, you pass me puma, you pass me cat, whatever you want to pass it, my animal feeder will feed it nicely.
Yep.
You understand now?
Yeah. Sounds good.
That is polymorphism. Everybody understand?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, code to super type. That is why the mantra is antenna. That is why the mantra is always code to super type. Code to super type. That's the mantra. That's the you chant it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay? That is why we say that.
Now I get this, like why it is like code to super type actually. Now I understand now.
You understand now, right? Good. I'm happy because I saw you a little skeptical, so I wanted to see you go. I wanted to go with happiness.
No, it is perfect. Collection with the collection is perfect actually.
Yep. Good. I know. I can't explain this to everybody since you specifically, but I think everybody understood it too. Is my opinion. Everybody. But anyway, we will again talk. Okay. If at all there are small doubts anywhere lingering, don't worry, I'll clear. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Venkat.
No problem, guys. No problem. Anytime. And that's all I have. No problem. So I will, we talked about some good stuff here, so I don't want this video to go. So I'll save it and then I'll upload it I'll upload it whenever that thing is.
And Venkat, if you don't mind, can you send us this particular polymorphism code and this thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Package,
I will.
This complete package actually.
Absolutely.
I about to ask the same actually. Venkat.
Okay. Absolutely. I will do it right now. I'll fix it later, but I don't have to send anything. As I said.
Yeah, the shape. Yeah, I mean, if you can upload it to your SVM.
Absolutely. I'll do it right now and see if I can. So you can. So from here onwards, every class I'll pretty much. Every class you can automatically get it from home. You get that project from your subversion and then you're good.
I would, this particular concept probably I would even like to work on a couple of examples.
Please.
From you as well.
Absolutely.
We will work anyway, but.
Absolutely.
But I want you to help us in that as well. Right?
Oh, fantastic. I would love to.
Not only, the animal is pretty much like simple. It's not a simple example, but
I agree.
A good example.
I
We need
agree.
like a couple of examples to have more clear understanding.
Come up with it. We'll work on it. I'll never rush. Okay. So I want to see you guys go home happily. That's my goal.
Because these concepts help us in different technologies, not only in Java.
Not only in Java. This concept is there in every programming language. It's out there now, guys. So if you look at, if you go to my, I think you know how to get that one to your machines, right? You know how to, yeah.
It's already
Yep. So it's already there. You see it? No? It should be there. Yep. See this one?
Yeah, cool.
Yep. So COM, Java training, Java core, polymorphism. Yep, you got it.
Cool.
Okay. See you everybody tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Take care.
You too. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Have a good day. Rest of the afternoon. Bye now.